Hello, YouTube. Well, today's been a pretty exciting day at work, to put it real mildly. I'm rolling out of here. It's 4:33 p.m. By the way, it's still August 4th, 2023. I got a raise and a promotion here today. Didn't see that coming whatsoever. So, right person, right place, right time. Been playing my cards right while I've been here, and yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that. Especially considering that just the other day I was talking about how my paychecks were not as much as I was hoping they would be, and I was thinking about quitting just because I didn't feel like I had enough money coming. So, still not going to be a whole lot of pay with the race, but I really like this job, and that makes a big difference. It makes a big difference. So anyway, heading to my car right now, doing another 6 to 9, which I expect will run after 9 again over at Domino's. And oh, it's hot as hell, by the way. I think it's 114 out right now. So well, Wonolo is just offering me work left and right. Not that I have any time to do any Wonolo right now, but I still like getting all the notifications from them because it's nice to see that if something went wrong with either Domino's or MLS here with Hertz, that I would be working. Like, regardless. It wouldn't be like, oh shit, now I'm broke, what am I gonna do? It would be just, you know, I just move, you know, I just picking up Wonolo gigs while I start filling out more job applications or follow up on some of the other ones, or maybe call Marissa and see if third time with Pro Logistics is a charm. Because I'm in the Pro Logistics system. I mean, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but I even have a debit card from them for direct deposits of jobs that I work through them. Just, I don't know, it's just kind of a fluke that 2 out of 2 jobs that I was allegedly hired on from, and I'm not really putting it on Marissa. Like, I think there's people at the other end that are jerking her around. Yeah, I don't think Marissa is jacking me around. I think the people that are telling her that they have available jobs and that they need, you know, certain candidates with certain qualifications are jacking her around. I could be wrong, but I know my friend Katrina is still working the job that she got through Pro Logistics. So I haven't wrote Pro Logistics off. It's just been kind of like, I'm working. I'm working a lot right now. In fact, this promotion with MLS. Oh, by the way, did you like that last jump cut? Yeah, of course the iPhone overheated. It's a borderline lost cause, trying to vlog with it right now, but it's kind of what I got until I can spend more time working on my vlog or get another micro SD card. And I mean, I put a lot into this. I enjoy this, but it's just not a financial priority. So getting some money to Rob is. Rob has been doing so much work on my cars, and it's been, I feel like it's been 2 months since I've given him any money at all, and he still like handles whatever needs to be handled. So and I feel bad that all I got to give him right now is $75. I was hoping there would be more, and kind of there is more. I just don't have it. Still waiting for my debit card to arrive. I did get an email late last night, early this morning while I was asleep, telling me that it has shipped. So it should be here in a couple of days. But yeah, until it arrives, like, I'm kind of really limited on what I can do with banking. I figure I can waste my time going to the bank, but at this point, like, I don't really have much I can pull out of the bank anyway. I don't have time to go home, get my Domino's paycheck, and go to the bank. figure the best thing, I told Rob I would see him today, I would get him some cash, and he's probably going to swap out a fuse or something to try to get the fan going on my radiator. And I'm going to give him the cash that I have in my pocket, which is about $75. So it's all positive at this point. I paid my overdue to Cox today, as I promised them I would. I'm pretty sure they haven't cut me off. I'll be really pissed if I get home and find out they cut me off. But it looked like after he said he was going to do one thing, that he did something else. The guy that I was arguing with when I was driving to Yuma. But yeah, he's trying so hard to pressure me into committing for a payment of a certain amount as like an auto debit sort of thing, which of course would have been useless because it would have been an auto debit on my last used method of payment, which was my debit card, which I tried to run it on today. And since I've requested a replacement debit card, that number's been deactivated, so that it wouldn't have flown anyway. But yeah, I told him, it's like, there's other options for internet now. You guys aren't the only game in town anymore, and they're giving me direct mail offers, new customer offers that are better than what you guys are charging me. So I just don't like to change stuff. But if you guys shut me off, I'm just going to your competition, and you can have fun trying to get that balance due from me. I'll make payments of like $2. I mean, I didn't go as far telling him that, but I'll send them $10 a month until it's paid off. That way they can't put it to collections and say I'm not making payments. So yeah. Anyway, all's well with Cox. Actually, today the woman that I had 2 different people help me with Cox. Boy, that sounds dirty out of context, doesn't it? Hello and welcome back, YouTube. So Rob checked on the electrical end of the fan, and I would have never predicted what the problem was, because I've never seen this happen before in, I want to say, 40 years of dealing with cars. Yeah, feels like I've been dealing with cars for about 40 years, because I started dealing with cars with my stepdad before I was even old enough to drive them, about 1983, 84, 83, 40 years, yeah. And I've never once seen a fuse physically break inside. I've seen fuses blow. The fuse wasn't blown. He looked at it and goes, "It's not blown. The fuse isn't blown." I said, "Well, it's not working. It's definitely not working. I can tell by how the car's behaving, it's not working." So he goes out and uses little pliers or whatever the hell, and pulls it out of the holder. And one of the little metal parts on the side that goes to the fuse link part of the fuse has just fallen apart. It's gone. It's like, yeah, it's that quality Chinese workmanship. Went through his like box of new fuses. I'm gonna get you an American-made one. Fuck this shit. Put it in, and everything's just fine now. Yeah, temperatures, engine temperatures, nice and down low where it has been, and my air conditioning is blowing cold. And oh, let's get on it so I don't miss this light. Yeah, it's gonna make for a much more pleasant shift at Domino's tonight. That, and I'm going into it with a lot more of a charge on the Obama phone. It's at 76%, which is shitty because it was 100% not that long ago. That phone dies. Like, even if it's idling, it's not really idling. There's this software that runs in the background that sucks the battery dry, and the battery life on that thing's absolute crap. And yeah, it tracks me and reports whatever it reports. Because it's a free phone, there's nothing I can do about it. But yeah, it has a way of just sort of killing itself just by being on. It's alright though, I can plug it in while I'm driving right now and give it a little bit more juice. So 5:01 p.m. right now. Obviously it's still Friday the 4th. Weather widget said 111 degrees. I was leaving Rob's shop. It feels hotter than that. Feeling nicer by the moment in the car though, with this air blowing ice cold. I just need to get to Circle K and get my sip and save drink. Myself some kind of sweet flavored tea, or maybe some Circle K water, providing the Circle K water is actually working. It's always kind of hit and miss on that. That seems to be one thing that they just don't seem to maintain very well. But I'm going to go up to the one over at 52nd Street in McDowell, which seems to be a little more consistent than the rest of them at keeping their soda fountain maintained. God, the air feels so good. It's just been enough days of the air not keeping up. And then today, it's been a hot one today, moving the rental cars around. There's so many, and I'm convinced that, I mean, it's not just the French guy, but I'm convinced the French guy is one of the ones that's doing it, that parks the cars, no matter what kind of car it is, with the windows all the way up and the fan turned all the way up, so that when they have to be moved down the line, they're brutally hot inside, blowing hot air on me. So didn't have too much interaction with Esther today. And I think as of next week, I'm going to be at the same level in terms of, you know, kind of rank could probably pay as Esther. So it was kind of funny that I was rolling around with Andre. And Andre even said that he thought about it, but that he doesn't want to go to work in that shift. That's the whole thing, is it's going to be night shift lead, which is fine. Initially, I wanted... You know, it's kind of funny, too, because Andre was having this whole extended talk with Rob. Rob's the manager, the head manager for MLS. And me and the French guy are sitting inside the shack, which today was like a Kia... Oh, man, I forget what the hell it's called. It's supposed to be like an SUV crossover, but it's a thinly disguised station wagon. Not that that's a bad thing, but it's actually a really comfortable car and I enjoy driving it. Anyway, the French guy's sitting in the back seat, I'm sitting in the front seat, and we don't really talk that much. So I was just kind of dinking around doing stuff on my phone. Kind of being surprised how long we were sitting there, and he's having this conversation with Rob, and I popped in at one point to get another Mountain Dew out of the fridge. When he comes back out, I'm like, well, damn, that was a while. And he starts talking about how they've been firing almost everyone at night shift. He goes, yeah, they need night shift people bad. He wants me to do it, but I don't want to go to that shift. I'm like, that's crazy. I said the whole reason that it took them a month to hire me is because I wanted night shift. They didn't have night shift available, and he totally told me he would bump me on night shift when it became available. Oh, look at that. McDowell Road going over the mountain's been resurfaced. Thank you, Maricopa County Department of Transportation. Finally getting on that. Okay, I'm not going to be able to get in that entrance, so I'm going to slide around the back. That pass over the mountain, that's actually a Maricopa County Department of Transportation road. Once it hits the other side of 52nd Street until it goes into Scottsdale at 64th Street. And it has been getting really rough. So glad they finally got around to resurfacing it. Dang, more Wonolo jobs popping up. Craziness. You know, it really doesn't matter how old I get. I will never, ever get tired of watching scantily clad women that wear next to nothing when it gets this hot out here. Oh, and here she comes. Oh, and there she goes. Oh, and she's getting into a car over that way. I was hoping to be able to share all that loveliness with everybody. Now that other not so attractive woman that walked in front of her, She thinks she's slick, and I'm gonna have to agree she probably is. So as Circle K is struggling so hard to keep their ice machines going, she has rolled in, filled that bag full of ice, the bag that's supposed to be for carrying more than one fountain drink, filled that bag full of ice and walked out with it. Looks like she did buy a soda at the soda fountain, but they sell bagged ice. I don't think you're supposed to be allowed to do that. Well, she got away with it. Good for her. Oh, this particular Circle K has got the Arizona sweet green tea on their fountain. And sometimes that mix ain't right, and it don't taste right, but it's on point today. That's really hitting the spot. I'm so bummed that woman didn't keep walking. I was hoping to get her on video so I could look at her again later. But yeah, she was just wearing like a bikini top, kind of tied like Daisy Duke style, and like Daisy Duke type shorts, but she had them unbuttoned in the front and only about half zipped up. That was a wonderful distraction. I was going and getting my drink. Oh, and I totally did the thing on the self-checkout. I went through the whole thing and then deliberately didn't hit the last button that shouldn't even need to be the last button. Nobody said nothing. It made the sound like I paid for it. It's debatable as to whether I'll find the time to get another Circle K drink today, but it'll be awesome if I can pull it off. Gotta make up for the days I don't get them, right? Alright, so Obama Phone 5 is charging. I do think I'll be able to get through the shift just fine. It becomes a real challenge once I start running pizzas for Domino's, because the battery life on that is so bad. Like how long it takes to charge and how little of a charge it holds and what little bit of use I could get out of the battery on it. I don't even know where they source such crappy batteries in this day and age, but UMX did it. It's an unbelievable mobile experience. Unbelievable that it can be that bad. But yeah, once I'm running the Domino's app, even with me plugging it in the whole time in the car, the app that tracks my driving and has other features related to delivering Domino's pizza, but mostly it tracks my driving and does a really poor job at doing that. It pulls more power from the battery than the charging cord gives it. So if I don't have it plugged in, it'll drain my battery pretty quick. If I do make a point to plug it in every time I get in the car, it slowly drains the battery. But yeah, last night it was a challenge to keep the battery in the high 30s and in the 40s for battery percentage. So right now I got it at 79% in charging. So it's 5:14, by the way. So I don't know, figure got about a half an hour to feed the cats, take a quick shower, and change clothes. I want to say I cobbled together another chapter of my blog and upload it, but I don't see me getting that done in that little of time. It's just gonna have to hit YouTube when it hits YouTube. Just is what it is. I mean, my God, this is probably gonna post it. It's August 4th now. God knows, how far into September it'll be when I finally get around to posting this, but it could be a ways into September at the rate I'm going. Oh, looking forward to having an air-conditioned car to deliver pizza in today. It feels really good. On that note, even though I'm going to only be inside for less than a half hour, the sun is brutal today, so I better put this up.